Hi, this is Dad.
Hi, this is Dillon, and
This
we are
is
Type 1 Parenting. So this is the first episode of season 2. Dillon, what was the scariest thing that you went through with diabetes?
DKA.
DKA is diabetes ketoacidosis, and today we're going to talk about
My first DKA.
So hey, I usually don't do these things, but since Dillon has the channel, I'm gonna do it anyway. So Dillon had food poisoning, which threw him into a DKA. So right now he's at the hospital. He's a child at the children's hospital, and he has just been admitted. Type 1 parenting at its best, or worse, who knows.
I woke up in the morning and I felt really bad. Only diabetics understand how you feel when you're in DKA. It was really bad. And then I threw up and it was clear because I haven't eaten anything. And laid on the couch, took some insulin to eat food, but I couldn't bring myself to eat any food. So I asked my dad if I could stay home for the day and he said I could, and that's how I woke up.
I kind of did not believe him. He couldn't explain exactly what was going on, and I couldn't see that he had thrown up or anything. He showed me no evidence.
There's no, I don't know how to describe it. It's one of those things that you feel and you can't describe. It's like your stomach hurts, but it didn't feel like my stomach was hurting. It's a complicated feeling. I can't describe how it feels. I just don't know how to say it in words.
So then I went to work.
Dad went to work.
And as I'm driving to work, it clicked. I can't just go and leave him home alone, feeling sick and throwing up.
He came back before he even got to work. He decided that it was a better idea to be at home than go to work. I did not feel like I was dying, but it felt like I wanted to die because it hurt so bad. I cannot explain.
And when I arrived home, he was laying on the couch pale, with a bucket, and then I could see that throw up.
Why it hurt so bad. It just hurt.
It did not look good.
Only diabetic people would understand what the feeling is.
I gave him some water. I asked him to check his ketones.
I was in my fours.
Boom.
I was at 4 point something. Then we decided we should go to the hospital. We got in the car and I said I could not go in the car.
Then I make the decision to call the ambulance.
And they gave me this thing so I wouldn't throw up anymore.
I stayed behind because I had to find someone to take care of the dog, go get Delcy at school because I didn't know how long we would stay at the hospital. Made a bag for Dillon, I made a bag for myself in case I had to stay at the hospital.
The ambulance took me to the hospital. When I got to the hospital, I went to sleep and all the machines started beeping. I passed out.
This is what I saw when I got to the hospital.
They had to run a whole bunch of tests and I wasn't able to eat for a full 24 hours.
This was definitely the hardest part of them all.
They put an IV in each arm.
You could see that the doctors were frantically working to save his life.
And they started running saline.
He was not doing well.
They disconnected my pump and they ran diluted insulin into my body through the IV.
He was actually fighting for his life.
My ketones stabilized at 0.1 and they decided to take me off the diluted insulin and start running my pump into my body.
And then his ketones went up again.
So then the doctors from the Barbie Davis Center came and told them to put diluted insulin back into my body and stop me from using my pump. The next day I was able to eat and I don't remember what I ate. I just watched a whole bunch of TV all day.
He did sleep a lot.
Some parts were a blur that week. What I remember was eating dinner that night.
Until today, he's convinced that he ate dinner that first night.
I remember that. And then I remember going on a walk with my dad I remember the Broncos mascot coming to the room, and we gave him a whole bunch of crap because we like the Patriots. The last day, I remember that we were going to spend another night, but I didn't, and then I ordered biscuits and gravy for dinner, but I didn't get to eat them because we had to leave. What I remember the most is the biscuits and gravy. Me having to leave and a new nurse coming in. That's what I remember the most from the whole experience. I learned from that experience that DKAs are painful. That was my first DKA experience. This is Dad.
This is Dillon.
And that was type 1 parenting. Saving diabetes one pancreas at a time.